let me say a special good morning to our listeners and viewers. Welcome. It's To The Point here on Classic Radio GBN TV. It's Friday, the 6th day of June, 2025. Yes. Wow. A pretty busy week thus far. And we're heading into an open edition of To The Point for today, Friday, which means you listeners, viewers, however, you know the option is open to you to calling and express your views, your concerns. There's issues you may like to speak about. There's concerns you want to bring to the attention, maybe the authority, or maybe there's the solutions. I'm always, open air just to hear solutions to particular issues or concerns that you may be experiencing out there. So feel free to do it in today's program. The lines will be open for you shortly, that you could have the option of calling in. Be brief in your contributions this morning, I beg of you. You have double options this morning of calling the WhatsApp and also via the direct line. Those of you who are viewing and listening out there in the diaspora, good morning to you also. Thanks for being with us this morning via our social media platforms, whether it's a Facebook page, YouTube channels. Good morning to you. We're certainly happy to have you. It's kind of a mixed weather condition on the outdoors this morning. I've been in here for the last 30 minutes or so. I haven't took a peek on the outside, so I'm not sure what it's like now. But sometimes we get in those light showers and the sun peeps in, so sort of mixed conditions on the outdoors. Once again, the lines are open to you now. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go to the phone line. Our first caller for the morning. Caller, you're welcome and good morning to you. Caller, good morning. All right, let me see if I can get that. Fine. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Doing great. How are you?
Very well, thanks. I want to have an unusual conversation this morning.
Unusual? In the sense of, I hope it's something that is of a positive nature, I'm assuming?
Positive.
Okay.
Now, I always hear innocently on morning time, you're not alone. And I want to let people know that we are not alone. GT, I want to give a short testimony. I'll try. Now, my husband he had heart problem, kidney problem, and he was hospitalized for almost 3 months in this general hospital and well taken care of. And now he's about 80%, he doesn't need to travel, and so on. Then my daughter, the big one, the one that is the principal, I don't know if you know her, she fell and broke her leg. She was at the hospital. My husband was at the hospital. I was diagnosed with some form of tracer cancer at that particular time. My daughter, the one that is in GBSS, diagnosed with breast cancer. She abroad doing surgery and she's doing well. And I just want to say this to say that I met in an accident. The devil bring up the car 3 times. He come down, he fall down, the car mash up, and I'm here, not going to stop. I said this, what you are going through is somebody's going through hundreds than what you are going through. I've been there, and I'm asking people that hold on to the good Almighty. He is able. We are not alone. And I want that city. And innocent, when we fall all the time. But the good Lord have his hand waiting for us to connect with him. And he ready to pick us up and forgive us and help us to go on. So that is my unusual conversation with you this morning, DC.
Thank you so much, and nice story. Certainly like to hear that from you. Of course, it's not to know that sometimes you're down, and as you mentioned, you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. Thank you so much. Have a great day and a great weekend to come.
Thank you.
All right. 435-2041. Got to get this cleared up just a wee bit. I think we have someone via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller alive. Good morning.
Good morning, GT. Good morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Good morning, sir.
I'm always grateful for an opportunity when you have an open line. Now, my heart is burdened this morning on a number of things, but I want to start off with Haiti, where from Monday, travel to the U.S. would be restricted, would be banned or whatever for Haitians. because it is said that they pose a threat to the United States. Now, what threats Haiti could pose to the United States? I mean, I can't understand how people could sit back here in the Caribbean and let this happen to a fellow CARICOM country and do not rise up in anger or in distaste for what is being done to a fellow Caribbean island or country, the country that led the way for our liberation. And had it not been for Haiti, we might have feel the plantation system might have been still in operation. Whereas the United States was entrenching racism, Haiti was trying to destroy it at the time of the independence. Not even as a result of the rebellion and then the independence. So we should pay homage to Haiti much more than we pay homage to Jerusalem or Mecca. Haiti should be the place we look to in terms of inspiration. Now, so I think that it's despicable that the Caribbean islands have remained silent since that announcement. In addition, we have a situation where Trinidad is being, allegedly used as a staging point to invade or to undermine Venezuela. Don't forget that Trinidad, the last government signed an agreement for military bases base in Trinidad. So we are sitting in a situation where all kinds of things could happen in the region. The other issue I have, the burden on my shoulder and my back this morning, is the situation in Gaza. I mean, the United Nations, for the first time in a long time, 14 of the members agree for immediate ceasefire with the criminal administration in the United States. Veto it. And people were saying before, well, when this administration comes in, it's going to be different in relation to their approach to Palestine. But you see, probably even worse. People are being killed day by day, minute by minute, starved to death. And we just sit down, the United States doing what they want. This world is not their own. We all are inhabitants of this world and should be treated equally. Thank you very much, JT.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I certainly understand your passion behind, of course, what you actually spoke about. And certainly hope we get some remedy to these issues sometime sooner or later. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're welcome.
Morning. Quickly, I just want to tell the people of the constituency of South St. George that there will be a community-guided bus tour this coming Monday, the 9th of June, a public holiday, beginning from Wall Street. Now, what happened? Andy will be having this bus tour traversing the entire constituency, showcasing his progress, and of course, his 3 years. So he'll be showing the entire constituency, showing and highlighting the development under his stewardship. So I think he wants people to be able to go around and see what's happening. So probably they could call the telephone number at the office 440-110 or 457-5569 to secure transportation, because he always puts people first. Because the most important thing, my friend JT, is that people always complaining about them not seeing their politicians, that you just vote them in office and they're only coming back to you once a year and you have to make appointments and run around. But with Andy, he has unhindered, unfettered, and unrestricted to him. Instead of the people coming to him in his office, he is now going out to meet the people every day, and I find all those parliamentarians, all one of them on both sides, should take example from Andy and go and meet the people instead of the people have to come out to him. Because when the people come into Andy's office, they have to wait and they mightn't see him. He's avoiding that, and he must be complimented along that lines for doing that initiative. So tomorrow, not Monday, he's having this thing where you could come and meet him at Wall Street 9 o'clock, and he's going to take everybody as a conductor tour for them to see what's happening in the community, because sometimes people don't know what's going on and they come and say they ain't seen their MP, so it's a good thing. So I want people to call 440-1110, 457-5569 or the constituency office to arrange transportation.
All right, caller. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate your contribution there this morning also. 445-2041. We have double option of calling in on today's program. You can call via the WhatsApp, or you can also call the direct line 435-2041. Here's a contribution from someone via the WhatsApp, and let me entertain this call, and then I will certainly go back to that particular contribution via WhatsApp. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
I want to make a little contribution this morning.
Feel free to do so. Go right ahead.
I find our children, or talking about people's children that didn't even come in the world yet. They've been punished for a crime they never do. I would like things to put in place that these children and them get help. Like the government, to ask if they have 5,000 workers, at least beg them for $1 every month. You set up a fund in the bank where they collecting the money and they put $1. So the ending of the month to collect this $1, you could even look to spread it in little shops and things. You put a little piggy bank and you ask it to donate $1 to help these children. Education and food, medicine, everything. We have to take care of them. Because you see, sometimes, as something that happened in Busheju a year ago, somebody killed that father. He lived one child in the belly and he lived one year old. He poor mother in Canada, 65 years plus, have to work hard to maintain these children. Thank God for NIS giving this one of the child $140-something a month. I mean, it's a little cold to bush up, but this child growing up, he needs much more than that. And you see that man that do that crime, he didn't even spend one day in the cell based on the evidence they collect. They kill him Friday night. By Monday, the news come out. Self-defense, no arrest, nothing charged. So this man that put away this child father at least could contribute towards this little infant to go. So I wish they could put things in place. You come out free, you don't take no jail, but at least give a little helping hand to maintain these two children. Even though they asked me to hold a little piggy bank here, I don't mind putting it in my little business space. People come, they drop the little dollar, and the government have a system set up. So every time money drop in my piggy bank, you register and they computer. So they know at least month end, they come in my Miss Glen and collect $200 in the piggy bank, and that place they do it like that to help these children in there.
All right.
That's my contribution.
Thank you. A great contribution there from you also. Thank you so much. And that could certainly go a long way in helping individuals who are experiencing such problem. Good morning. Someone is saying Grenada should look to Haiti for inspiration, and we should cut down our trees and destroy the island, and we should should have a dictator and should have no toilets and gangs that rule over the police, and our home should be destroyed. What an ambitious PS. I believe, France robbed them badly, but they did a lot to themselves. That's Heather throwing out that contribution there. And she's having a different perspective in terms of how others may feel about in relation to what's going on in Haiti. She's saying that, we should probably take that particular trend, or the direction, more or less. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you want to be part of today's program. It's an open edition this morning, and you have the option of calling, sharing your views, sharing your concerns, our issues, and I would love to hear solutions to particular issues out there that are, of course, are of concern to us. And you have a solution that could probably, make life better for us all in this beautiful trial, and that we call home. 435-2041, the number here to go live. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, GT, and good morning to Grenada.
Welcome. Good morning to you.
I am wondering, sometime recently, there was a Dr. Donald on your program, and she...
Yes, Dr. Taisha Dawn.
Right.
Yes.
Did she actually say that they're seeing a lot of breakouts in skin?
Well, our conversation was merely in relation to, of course, that embassy ship that is coming. That ship that, of course, the U.S. Embassy is having come to Grenada. I'm missing the name of the particular ship that is coming, but it's a medical ship. I think that's where our conversation. I'm not sure if it was a different program. She spoke in terms of the breakouts and so forth, but it was in relation to that per se.
Okay. I did not actually hear. I was told so that she was on GBN and she spoke about in recent times, they're seeing a lot of people coming with a lot of breakouts in skin. There was a time in recent time they were saying people coming with cancer. Cancer was on the rise. Now breakouts in the skin. I'm just wondering if people are taking heed of that, because all how the Ministry of Health warning them about the old oil.
Yeah.
They just not paying no heed. They're just not paying no heed. Jab in the old days used to be coals, dust, and lard. You could still get the coals, dust, and lard. Grease down yourself, and then you rub yourself down with the coals, dust. That was jab. Okay, I just thought I would toss in that little piece, yes? Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. We're moving down to 21 minutes after 9 o'clock this morning, which means we are due for a first break on the program. Let's take it. When we come back, we entertain more of your calls, the Open Line Edition. We will be right back after the break. Don't touch your dial, folks. Stay.
Yes, Grenada, it's what we've been waiting on. The countdown to the Maggie, King of the Grill. It's back at his legendary home, Montrouge Playing Field. Grand Dance on Saturday, June the 7th. The Flames return with Grill Masters battling for glory. All the action starts at 12 noon. Then from 6 p.m., we go stateside. For live entertainment by the Caress Band. It's food, fun, and flavor. All powered by Maggie. Loads of attraction for the kids. Bouncy castle, games, and plenty of fun for the little ones while we indulge in smoky goodness. Don't miss the vibe, the flavor, the fierce competition. King of the Grill 2025 is back and better than ever. It's the King of the Grill 2025. Maggie King of the Grill. Brought to you by Maggie, the secret of great flavor. Grenada Distillers Limited. Makers of Class Coat, Grenada's #1 rum. Grenada Paper Products, Classic Lightning Caribbean. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. Budget Foods, where quality and affordability call home. Sandals Resort. Flow. Glen Spring Water. Blue Bubbles PA Rentals and Event Supplies. Innovation Grenada Limited. And Rubus. Fuel and Grills in competition. It's the Maggie King of the Grill 2025. Be there.
The Mass officially starts now as Spice Mass Cooperation together with Aura Caribbean is turning up the thing all the way up with Carnival City Fusion Thursdays. It all kicks off on Thursday, May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. We're bringing the vibes to the Port Louis lawn. Gates open 7 p.m. Action starts 8 p.m. Get ready for live performances from your favorite soca, groovy, and calypso artists, plus the sweet sounds of steel band, live bands, and all the mass elements you love. Veko, Jab, Shortney, Mokojumbi, Apache, and more. It's more than a line. It's a whole carnival experience. So grab your crew, bring the energy, and come let's celebrate where culture meets pure excitement. Carnival City Fusion Thursdays, Port Louis Lawn, beginning May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. Come, let's play a mass, cause the thing starts.
Welcome back once again to our listeners and viewers this morning. It's To The Point here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. May I remind you, folks, that all roads lead to the Montrouge playing field. That's tomorrow. Yes, you're invited to come on down, be part of King of the Grill. You suddenly turn out to will be an exciting time down there. So all invited to come on down to King of the Grill tomorrow, folks. I'll be there. All the other members of staff here in GBN will be there. Come out and see the grillers, folks, compete for supremacy. Who will be the King of the Grill? Once again, the phone lines are open. 435-2041. It's the open line edition for To The Point for this morning. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you, GT.
Good morning to you, sir.
It's been a while I've been on. We approach another long weekend.
Yes, we are.
And I do hope and pray that folks will remain safe and will keep away from violence and some of the things that have marred, this island in the last few months. I must say, I think we're enjoying, thanks God, a period of relative calm in our country, industrial peace, and things are going generally well. I don't think it is perfect, but I think looking back 3 years, I think we can say the new and untried and young team have been trying. I always say that if you want to know how well a government is performing, am I still on?
Yes, hello? You are. You are live, sir. Go right ahead, please.
If you want to know how well a government is performing, you should listen to the talking points of opposition. And after the convention, the first talking point we heard was about the rapidly rising rate of unemployment. And as we know, in Grenada today, everybody is looking for workers, almost every sector. So that talking point was dead. Recently, I heard a talking point about agriculture being in crisis and it's spiraling out of control at a time when we know agriculture is better poised than it has been for decades to move ahead. So that in itself tells us that while things are not perfect, the opposition is probably struggling for strong opposing points. And that's not bad. We need an opposition. But when they're not having strong talking points, we know that the government is trying. So I pray that these guys would keep their heads on the ground. They'll continue doing what they're doing. They'll listen more, which I think they should. And I believe, by God's grace, we are poised to have a good period of growth and positivity, because I've been going around, you ask people, are we better off today than we were 3 years ago? And overwhelmingly, people are saying we are better off as a country. Are you better off today? And most, again, not all, are saying, yes, I am personally better off. So I think we can congratulate the new team, encourage them, pull them up when they slip. But I pray that everything will go well. We'll have a wonderful weekend, and we can enjoy a period of calm, industrial peace, and progress and prosperity over the next year or two. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
You too, sir. Have a great day, what's left of it, and a great weekend to come. 435-2041. I have a comment from someone via the WhatsApp they're saying, I am black and I don't need to paint myself black. Remember that charity begins at home, and notwithstanding the way external powers treat us, we can together do our part to facilitate our well-being. Why are we routinely killing one another? What's up with the gang violence that's the gross population of our gross populating our local environment, something of that nature. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. And we do have a caller via WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, good morning. You are live and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford, to you and your listening audience.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, I just want to talk on food preservation. We talk a lot about food preservation, but I know we do not have a factory yet to put the fancy chemicals and stuff in our food to preserve it. But I think we can look at what we have and what we can do. For instance, because we shouldn't be thinking about hurricane alone, but just suppose, as I always say, if a container load of food can come through, what do we do with what we have to feed ourselves over a long period of time? The breadfruit are in season now. I'm encouraging us to roast the breadfruit. Roast breadfruit can last weeks. We can also dry the breadfruit, the bulgur, the plantain, and all this provision to turn into flour just in case. Yeah, we have the flour mill, but you have to import the wheat. Now look at our fruits. Our fruits are wasting. But what we can do, we can turn our fruits into jams and jellies. So when we have jams, jellies, and things like stew our fruits that can be stewed. So in a way, we have sugar, and we're preserving our foods we can turn drinks in case we can get a shipload of mango juice coming. So farine is a food that can last for a long period without we even taking it. So these are things. Teach the young people to dry the fish. Dry the corn, grate our cornmeal. These are foods we have here that we can use for ourselves, that we can preserve for ourselves in simple ways. We have the what you call Google the Worldwide University. We can go there and find ways and means to preserve our foods in our own simple way without much. For instance, salt in meat, we have to think about that, how we preserve our meat, and these are simple ways that we can preserve our foods. So if a shipload of food can come, we can be self-sustainable where food and agriculture is concerned. Too much wastage, sir. Too much wastage.
Thank you. Certainly, I appreciate your contribution. Thanks a whole lot.
Yes.
All right. 445-2041, 445-2041. And of course, the caller is certainly making a great point there in terms of food sustainability. There are other ways we could do it with, of course, the foods that we have. Just in case, as she mentioned, just supposedly, we God forbid, we've been struck by another hurricane. And, for an extended period of time, food stuff cannot be coming to the island. What will we do? 435-2041, 435, both WhatsApp and the direct lines are open to you. Let's hear from you. We do have another caller via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. I want to make a point.
Go right ahead.
My point is, Grenadians must come to the realization that we all don't think the same. We all don't like the same things. So we must learn to be tolerant and be inclusive. We don't go to the same denominational churches. We go to different churches. We might have different tastes of food. We have different classes of people, different spending power. So if you want to live peacefully in a society, give each other space to enjoy themselves based on how they could enjoy themselves once they don't affect you. For example, I grew up in Grenada, in the northern part of Grenada, and we used to run the street with the carnival thing before carnival. That is no big thing. Once you don't break in the law and you don't vandalize in people's place, that is our whole tradition. So I don't see no big deal. We just make argument over things that maybe we shouldn't. Just be tolerant. And if people break the law, let the police arrest them. If they don't break the law, they're having fun. Anyway, that's my point.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate your contribution as always. 435-2041. The lines are open. You have an issue you may like to speak about. There's a concern that you may like to, of course, make mention of. Feel free to do so. A solution this morning that you may want to also offer. Feel free to do so. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live and good morning. You're welcome. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Good morning to you, sir.
I like to endorse that leader talk about food preservation and things like that. No, my thing is agriculture principally.
Yeah.
One of I call it my problem. I noticed going through Baltazar and other places where you had cocoa and nutmeg. We're planting houses now. Now, cocoa and nutmeg are two of the products that bring in some foreign exchange to this country. And I would like to see the government put in force a land use policy that will prevent people from just, I would call it abusing the good arable lands for housing. Because true housing is necessary. But as it's a massive houses, people come back from England and the States and Canada, and they build in massive houses. I know in England they live in kubus, little square things. So when they come back, they feel they want open space. So they build in a massive house. And one person in a big house, they don't even know what happened in the next section of the house. So I'm advising us and the government to seriously get into the idea of land use policy. And two, the Ministry of Agriculture should have a committee of farmers and other people around to advise on agriculture, because food is absolutely necessary for life, food and fish. And we need to encourage these things, because we never know when we cannot get from outside. You see what Trump doing over there? You never know how this thing would affect us. So we have to strive to be self-sufficient. So my thing is, get the land use policy in place and find ways of encouraging the young people to get into farming, because farming and fishing are essential for life. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. We do have another caller via WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Not sure what happened there. Let me see if we get that caller. WhatsApp caller, you're live. Good morning.
Hi, GT. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning, sir?
What? I'm good. I'm good. Nice weather. Can't complain.
All right.
Beautiful weather. You see, I don't need to come to Grenada again, because you see, we're in the 80s.
Yeah, but you still can't weigh the comparison, huh? There's still something always special about Grenada.
All right, GT, I'll make sure that I come and hang out, even though 2 days with you.
No problem, man. No problem.
You're going to give me the two. You're going to give me the two.
Yeah,
right?
man.
All right, GT, what I want to speak about, last Tuesday you had Mr. Chris De Leon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the question I asked him concerning agriculture with the Hotel Polaris that will be coming, and I talk about like that agriculture will be good for the economy and also for hospital. Mr. Chris, they did not agree with me. Mm-hmm. But GT, when you have a hospital, right, the hospital need food. So in the agriculture, remember the fruits, the vegetables, right, will be sold to the hospital, right? We'll have farmers who doing who will able to sell the meat again to the hospital. So right there, we'll be seeing a rise in the economy at the same time, because people making money, and once people have money in their hand, they will spend. Yeah. So I don't understand how it could. The answer will be that you don't see that it's going to be effective if people eat right. But people have to be fed. What's about the people in the hospital? So there will be.
Well, it still goes across. It still goes across to the types of food that will be purchased by the hospital. So I guess there's lots to comparison to weigh out in between there, in terms of maybe how he thought maybe his type of farming that he's doing in relative to the question that you probably asked. I'm just thinking along those lines.
But GP, I always go and. But also said that he doing mushrooms and rich vegan eating, because that's what I eat. Mm-hmm. Mushrooms, a lot of mushrooms too. You know what I mean? And remember, during COVID, we was told to eat colorful food, vegetables and food, right? So vegetables true. And fruits, sorry. All right? So then, okay, once we have farmers farming, but it could be livestock, whatever, meat will be provided to the hospital. You understand? And even restaurant, hotels, whatever. You understand? Because remember, you might have doctors coming down and they leave in hotel, go on, So then there will be a big development in the economy. Grenada will prosper. Okay, my second thing I want to talk about, GT. Last Wednesday, NDC had a conference, a news conference. All right, and then in that news conference, it was supposed to be for journalists. It was not like a town hall meeting where anybody could come and answer a question. And there goes Jenny Simon, who have no business being there in the first place because she's not a journalist. Journalists will come from the media like GBN, MTV, newspapers, and different things as we know it. And normally in a press conference, they will call the name of the media and the person representing the media. And it was a total embarrassment because what she came looking for, she didn't get it. And Andy, Ron, and Tevin handled it very well. You understand? And then we can't have things like that where people will pop into meeting. I mean, if it's a town hall, you want to ask question, you ask question. Everything that she asked was rumored. It was rumored. And then I was disappointed with GBN and MTV because they bring something that was rumored. So I'm looking to see better.
Okay.
Better from the media. Like when somebody use something rumored, do take it and make news. You know what I mean? I was really disappointed. And GT, that's... Just permit me 30 seconds, just to say something quick. Last Wednesday night, I listened to a gentleman from Riverside. I normally call on GBN, who said that somebody came by him and drink some beers, 4 beers, which the person claimed it was 2 shandy. And GT, do you know that the 2 shandy cost $30? Not because we live in the diaspora and we come home that we've been taken advantage of. To pay $15 for 1 shandy at a Saraka, we have to do better than that. You know, we don't encouraging people to come home to buy stuff. When we come home, they mix in the honey, some people. Now we buy a shandy, $15, and then you go in and say that the guy owe you money and you so boasting about $30 for 2 shandy. JT, have a great weekend. I know it's a long weekend for you.
Thank you. All right. Have a great day, what's left, and a good weekend to come for you also, man. All right. Take it easy. We do have another caller. Caller live. Good morning. You're welcome.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Go right ahead, please.
How are you this morning?
Doing great.
Okay. I just called to see what I heard. Because this gentleman was speaking, he didn't understand what the man said. The man said that the guy came and he bought 4 Carib from him. 4 Carib. And he told, when he finished drink it, he told the barman that he forget his money in the car. So I go and collect the money to come back and pay you. And he never returned. So I don't know where he get his talk about Shandy. What Shandy he talking about? These people and them all they'll come and spread false news. False. The man said 4 Carib. 4 Carib. Right?
All right.
And next one again. I heard our next caller call. And he talk about Grenada, you know, nice peaceful place. Yes, Grenada is a nice peaceful place. But is the prime minister he that inciting violence in the country? Because when he will go in a meeting,
But so what evidence that you have that the Prime Minister is doing that, sir?
Pardon me?
What evidence you have that the Prime Minister is inciting violence? Is it appropriate for you to say that? What evidence you have?
When I had a job working with the environmental warden, and he gave the supervisor a letter to drop for me in my home 4:45 a.m. in the morning. 4:45, the supervisor come and drop the letter in my home. Because I'm a real NDC. So the reason why you see we staying quiet is because we are peaceful people. Is the Prime Minister pushing violence? He want violence in the country. You understand? You lie down in your home. You have a job. They want to fire you. You will send a man with a letter. I am speaking from St. David's. You will send a man with a letter 4:45 a.m. in the morning, Monday morning, and fire the person. And fire the person. How that could be right? These these men and them are talking. Them just sitting down at their home. I believe they just sitting down at their home and get money. Okay, and next one again.
All right. Be brief, sir. We due for a break.
Okay, pardon me?
I'm due for a break, so if you want on the next point, please be brief with it, please.
Just quick. Okay, look again. With the teachers, he take taxpayers' money. The court tell him not to pay. Not to pay. The teachers, he take it and he take how much money and he pay. He pay. He take how much money again? He put up light on the carnage. Millions of dollars. You understand? And he had to go and take it down. We just waiting on the day now to vote him out. We ain't going to go on the street and do no wrong things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Folks, we due for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we get into the final segment of today's program. Stay with us. We will be right back. Don't touch it down.
Sporting fans, ready yourselves for the most anticipated Winston Tide Games, June 7th and 8th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come support our athletes as they compete with some of the region's best in the field events and on the tracks. Save the date, June 7th and June 8th, Winston Tide Games at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Stay tuned for more info. Winston Tide Game 2025.
After 10 years abroad, journalist Youssef Alehu returned to Gaza in 2023, capturing its beauty, resilience, and everyday life just weeks before war would devastate it all. Grenadians for Justice presents The Phoenix of Gaza, a powerful award-winning documentary, an emotional tribute to a people who lived, loved, and thrived despite blockade and occupation. Screenings for this award-winning production will be held at 5 p.m. on Friday 6th June at Grenada Trade Center and on Saturday June 7th at St. Andrew Anglican Secondary School. The Phoenix of Gaza, unseen beauty, unmatched resilience. One story the world must witness of a city lost to genocide.
Yes, Grenada, it's what we've been waiting on. The countdown to the Maggie, King of the Grill. It's back at his legendary home, Rouge Playing Field. Grand Dance on Saturday, June the 7th. The Flames return with Grill Masters battling for glory. All the action starts at 12 noon. Then from 6 p.m., we go stateside for live entertainment by the Caress Band. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. Loads of attraction for the kids, bouncy castle, games, and plenty of fun for the little ones while we indulge in smoky goodness. Don't miss the vibe, the flavor, the fierce competition. King of the Grill 2025 is back and better than ever. It's the King of the Grill 2025. Maggie King of the Grill, brought to you by Maggie, the secret of great flavor. Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Class Code, Grenada's #1 rum. Grenada Paper Products, Classic Lightning Caribbean, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, Budget Foods, where quality and affordability call home. Sandals Resort, Flow, Glen Spring Water, Blue Bubbles PA Rentals and Event Supplies, Innovation Grenada Limited, and Rubis, Fuel and Grills in competition. It's the Maggie King of the Grill 2025. Be there.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point for today, Friday, the 6th day of June, 2025. We're inside the final segment of today's program, just have around 12 minutes or so moving up before the top of the hour. Let's go back to the phone lines. It's an open line edition we have this morning. Caller via WhatsApp, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. And how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great myself. Doing wonderful. Good, all right.
Oh, that's great to know. I just have a little suggestion that I want to offer. The minister of, or the MP for the South, the Great South, did in fact speak about a building that where the licensing department house.
Yes.
That's in the
Dusty Dusty Highway area is referred to as the Dusty Highway area. Yep.
Okay. I'm thinking that, and he was saying that that building, he wanted to put some medical station and so forth there, alongside with the licensing department.
I am not too sure of what was suggested. I'm not too sure what was suggested there,
Yeah, that's what he suggested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that, an expansion of the police force of the police operation could be housed there, including the fire station and so forth. So you put on a big tank where you would have water coming from all over stored right there. So in the event of a fire in the area, you also would have a rapid response unit that can come out of there, given the fact that the South Police Station where it is in a kind of exposed area. And it is prone to threats in event that somebody wishes to attack, But that building would seem much more secure, in a secure environment. I'm thinking that would be a good to expand the whole police operation right there, rather than just have than going into actually putting down a health position there in that area.
All right, good suggestion. I think that's a good suggestion. Probably you could have a conversation with the minister one of these days if he's on the program, and probably see what he feels, see how he feels in relation to that.
Okay, no problem.
All right, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you also. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
President, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Now, sometime ago, I think it's last year to be exact, there were complaints of persons throwing garbage any and everywhere, drivers breaking the traffic laws, speeding above the required limit, and a lot of other things. I suggested that we put cameras at certain strategic positions. The culprits must be caught. Those breaking the law would also be caught. Even according to certain places that the cameras, you can catch people committing pretty larceny. But I get the impression, the ordinary citizen is not no bourgeois, is not a politician or some businessman or somebody prominent. I could be wrong for making a statement like this. If this was adhered to, the person some time ago who threw in garbage in the bush, I mean, this is all nonsense. You could our camera tax could be charged a small amount. It don't have to be anything big. And by then, the money that is spent for these cameras could be regained in if you go to every parish and you do these things. But to me, when certain people speak, all right, we listen to them. And the others who will be just an ordinary person around the place, well, he could go to hell. And as a result of that, that is why these other crimes will be committed all the time. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, and I certainly appreciate your contribution also. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning, and you're live.
Yeah, GT, I just felt I need to support a couple of your callers, a few of your callers, some of the points they made. First of all, the lady who talked about raised the possible connection with the oil and cancer, if I heard rightly. This is something that I, as an individual and my organization, have been raising alarm over the years. In fact, we have asked the government over the years to have what we call an environmental and social impact assessment on Carnival, so that we see, where we are on that one. Now, in relation to food preservation, I also want to endorse the caller, because we are losing the skills of doing things that is very low cost. And we're moving towards things that need high technology and so on, and where we can do some simple thing, whether it's corn jacks or fish or something like that, or even the pork and whatever, and the beef and so on. And especially in the context of where it's coming down.
Okay.
And I always ask you to bring Dr. Marcel on the radio. I mean, let's hear what he has, share some of his knowledge before he leaves us. I'm not saying he's going to leave us soon. And lastly, somebody mentioned about land use. The guy that talked about people building houses where land should, I want to support that. In fact, the former Senator Yolanda McLean on a webinar she raised an issue about in 2022 that apart from selling the land for other purposes than agriculture, we're selling it for foreigners who then shut the land away, whereas the social function of land before, where, like, for instance, if a person is hungry, they could go and pick up some mango and so on. Now all these places are having gates. These are things we need to look at. I just thought I would strengthen what those folks said. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your contribution also. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Morning, G.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, morning to your listeners. I have 3 quick points I want to make.
Go right ahead, please.
People building houses, construction site most time, people building houses are placing the material like gravel and sand in the road, my friend, the road, especially on the main roads.
Yes.
And not even a sign or a cone to say, well, the gravel in the road, and it's taking up half of the road, even the whole road. And nothing has been done. I think the police should look into that. As soon as the police drive around and see something like that, they should get to the owner or the builder and let them move the stuff from the road. You don't think so, G?
I agree with you. Myself and Mr. Silver McIntyre, of course, spoke about that, sometime in the latter part of last year. And we did have some pictures and so forth showing that the obstruction these things are causing, of course, already narrow roads and so forth. Yes.
This is very dangerous. I am a driver, and it's hard to man over something you cannot even see it at night.
Yeah.
You know? And another thing, I don't know if it's the Ministry of Infrastructure that going around putting those cans. You know, the drum?
Yes.
Where the road is broken. In mostly like Granite and have a few around the country. That don't looking good. That's like an ISO. And at night, you cannot even see the drum properly. There is no reflective tape or reflection on the material they put in there.
Well, I think the drums is not drums that has the asphalt that they want to use in it. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's the drum.
Yeah.
That's the drum they're using. That's not good to put in all around the country. That's like an ISO. And there is no reflective light or tape on it. If you're driving 2 vehicle meet up, you have to. Even in the day, you have problem with these jumps.
Yeah. All right. Understand your concern. Understand your concern, sir.
Quick.
Yeah.
There was a meeting in River Valley last night with the NMP. And when you look at the crowd there, I was surprised. I was baffled to see the amount of people there, knowing the amount of supporters NMP have in St. Patrick's East and West. I don't see much people there. I think the movement is taking a lot of the supporters from the NFP, and that's a concern.
Right.
And the former political leader mentioned about the movement last night. I think he see that. That's why he mentioned about the movement and tell them to go away. But the movement is taking some funds from them. That's what I see.
All right.
Have a nice.
Appreciate your contribution also, sir. 435-2041. We have approximately 4 minutes or so left on today's program. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Good morning.
Jay, good morning, brother.
Good morning to you, man. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine myself.
All right.
Jay, I spoke to a lady last night, and she was more or less really, really concerned about her daughter. Because after the hurricane passed, her daughter's roof came out, right? And all the house needed to roof back, just to put back a roof on the house. The daughter begged the contractor not to break down the house, just put back a roof, as the mother said. She begged the contractor. They demolished the whole house, but they say they're building back better. Bam, bam, they started the house. Somewhere along the line, the contractor decided, well, you know what? He go hit and run. The contractor left the house just like that, unfinished, and go. It has been roughly about a year now because this hurricane was bad. The daughter is renting. And the mother, well, to me, they're concerned. What they want to do is to check a lawyer or to do something because they don't know who to go to. Because basically, the daughter house is down. She's renting. So it's just a case of who do you go to? Who do you go to get that fixed? Because if the government have a program where they're fixing back houses and the contractor leave the house and go, they should have somebody who is following up on that project to see if it finished.
But has the individual tried these avenues where, I mean, speaking to the representative for the constituency and so forth in relation to that? Do you have that sort of information in relation to that?
She told me that last night. The mother told me that last night. And I'm asking the question, well, why the contractor could just leave the work like it and go and no facing no consequence? I mean, this is baffling. If you give a contractor any video, he's supposed to make sure the project is complete. The government has to make sure the project is complete before you get him money. I mean, if you leave it and go, at least the government has to step in and get somebody else. I don't see how it's taking that long to get individual house built. And, I don't see the consequence the contractor is facing. I don't understand the whole...
Was any information shared with her, the reasons why the house was not completed? Any other information was shared with her?
The contractor said, well, he ain't coming back. Maybe I think he was somewhere from somewhere.
Okay. That's not a good story to hear a whole lot about. Guess we lost the caller there. Hey, folks, we moving up to straight up 10 a.m. is where we're going to take a wrap for today's edition Up to the Point. I want to thank all who contributed to this edition. It's the final edition Up to the Point for this week. Join me again next week. We may not have an edition on Monday. Yes, Monday's a holiday. It's Sweat Monday, as we say. So we will not have an edition Up to the Point on Monday. So to be back with you on Tuesday of next week for another edition Up to the Point. Have a great weekend. It's going to be a bit of an extended weekend. Enjoy to the max. Be safe. And, of course, be good to everyone you meet along the way. Have a good one, folks. And that's where we say goodbye for today. Goodbye.